I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com. Look, every night we watch the same shows, Fast Money and Mad Money, and we want to use those ideas to grow our money, right? Well, good trading takes more than just pushing the buy button the next morning on a stock you saw last night. I'm here to help you make money on these three stocks I saw on TV. First up, Apple. Now, they were talking about this last night on Fast Money. It was actually pretty interesting. Motor Trend, I don't know if they tweeted or what the heck they did. But the bottom line is they're going to have a story come out tomorrow on the new Apple car. And I got to tell you, and some of the guys on the desk were saying this too, that's the ugliest ass car I've ever seen. Seriously. It looks like it looks like a stretched out smart car. A cross between a stretched out smart car and a Leaf. So if that's their deal, I think you got to stay away from this stock. However, I like this technically. Honestly, I couldn't give a rip about the car, and I don't think investors will either right now. It'll be a long time away. I frankly think it was just Motor Trend's way to say, hey, look at us, buy our magazine. I'm looking at this stock, and it's finally above the 200-day moving average. This has tended to move up, sideways, up, sideways, up. Now it's sideways, finally cracking this major moving average, and now it's in the up direction again. They report earnings in 12 days on April 25th. I think the stock is going to continue to run into earnings. Pete Najarian had a good point. He said on the planet here, on the globe, they've got like a 2% market share in the smartphone world, and he thinks, okay, what happens if they can get up? He said 10, but shoot, I'm thinking 4. If they can even double their market share, this is going to be a monster company. So stick with the trend here, and I'm not talking about this trend down. I'm talking, be a trader on this one. Short-term trend is up this way. Now, Kramer would say the opposite. He'd say like, well, don't trade Apple, just own Apple. I'll say the same thing in a little bit different way. Just own Apple as long as this uptrend continues. Don't be trading every wig and jig and all that. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Just hold the stock. Now's as good a time as any to buy it, though that would have been better. Just hold the stock, and as long as this trend keeps going, then you just hold Apple. That way you'll make Kramer happy and you'll make me happy. So that's known as a twofer. Okay, Facebook. Man, highly volatile this afternoon. News comes out that Facebook has hired some Google exec to lead their research lab on virtual reality, and that's great. And I think there was some confusion around it, but the bottom line was this. Okay, this stock started trading down in the morning. I think this is a key low at 106.50. I think that when you're seeing the rest of these stocks hold up okay, like Apple, like Amazon, like Google, which we'll get to in a sec, and even Netflix, when you see Facebook implode like this, and frankly, I thought it was going to keep going. It just seemed like that kind of day. But when you see it implode like this and then rally to where it essentially closed flat, that's a real bullish sign. Now, they report earnings 2 days after Apple. They report on the 27th. Seems to me like the stock will probably just churn and burn between now and then, but I think you can be long this stock at least for the next week or so. I'm not going to sit here on the 13th and tell you what to do on the 27th just before they report earnings. But for now, I think this is a stock that you can hold. Now, Google, they were talking about this on Fast Money too from the standpoint of, okay, well, what's Google doing? Instagram, that's Facebook's messaging thing. They're second to Snapchat in teen engagement, and that's kind of a big deal since the teens are the ones that set the trends for tomorrow. The old farts like me are the ones that complain about the stuff that's going on today, so the teens really matter. But these guys were saying like, okay, well, second ain't bad. It's worse than third, and what's Google doing? I can't answer that, but I'll tell you from a chart standpoint, this is a stock that is poised to move higher. It's poised to move a lot higher. I just look at this as essentially like an impending explosion. The stock is likely to trade sideways for a bit, but they report earnings in 8 days on April 21st. That's next, what day? Sorry about that. I'm ad-libbing here. On next Thursday, it's a week from tomorrow. So I wouldn't look for the stock to be at this same level between now and then. If the market stays strong, look for Google to continue to move. And by the way, if you're trading options on this, you know, $7.50 in one day is actually a pretty good move. So if this thing starts to move higher, buy some in-the-money calls and just ride them for a few days or a week or so. And my bet is you'll make money. But buy the in-the-money ones. Pay a little bit more for them. That means you're paying less for time. Okay, that's it for this 3 stocks I saw on TV video. Hope these are working for you. I also want you to check out my website, stockmarketmentor.com.